So welcome back to my little tour around Bishop Auckland. Now in today's video I'm going to be going past Auckland Palace, which is just here, and the Faith Museum. There's the walled garden as well, and heading into the Deer Park and show you all around that area. And there's a beautiful thing, I won't mention it yet, I'll show you a little later on the video, that I'm going to walk to, and you just have to see that. It's a fantastic little construction, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, let me turn the camera around and I will show you exactly what today's video is all about. So the building you can see here, this is called the Faith Museum. Now you can go into there, but there is a cost. I'll put the cost of that on the screen for you now. And then as we walk along here, this is the Auckland Palace, or sometimes known as Auckland Castle, and the gardens. You can also go into there as well, but there is a charge. I think it's £18 to get into there and into the gardens and the Faith Museum as well. You can get a sort of a discount card that lets you get into all the attractions all around Bishop Auckland to save yourself a few quid. But I'm going to just walk along this path and then I'm going to show you just around here. I'm not going to go inside because it's 18 quid to get in. I'll show you some pictures on screen, or you might have seen the pictures. I might have put some pictures on the previous video, but I'll put some in this one just in case, to show you exactly what it's like inside the Auckland Palace. And then I'm going to show you the walled garden, which is just over here, but we'll focus on this first. The gates are open. It is open, I think it's open from Wednesday to Sundays, so if you're here Monday or Tuesday, this won't be open. And I think another few things don't open on Mondays and Tuesdays, but this is definitely open. Some nice crests on the wall there, and that nice castle exterior with those bits that I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, as soon as you walk in here, you'll see the beauty of it all. And this is for the Bishops of Durham. This was from the late 1100s. I think it was 1183 that this was built. And I think they used it, they resided in this building until as late as 2012. As you can see, it's a beautiful looking building. But you can go inside and have a look around and see the gardens as well. The gardens are sort of just behind that wall, I believe. But you can walk around here free of charge and see exactly what it's like. So I'll walk a little bit this way so I can get more of this beautiful building in shot. But it's just a lovely little area to come and walk. Obviously you don't have to pay to come in here, and you can sort of come with the family, or just you and your partner, or just by yourself. And then you can come in and have a little walk around this little gravelled area, and there's little benches dotted around to sit down and take it all in. So you've got this beautiful building here, Auckland Palace, and then just over here is what's known as the bowling green. So I'll turn the camera around so you can see the bowling green. This lovely looking wall going around there, and obviously I believe that is the garden over there. We'll have a little wander around then, see if we can have a little peep through a doorway or not. But yeah, this is apparently the bowling green. And as we walk around here and see all of the beautiful architecture of this particular building, I'm just want to have a little look around this corner, see what there is. I can see there's like rails, maybe steps to go up, but I'm not too sure how far you can actually go when obviously you're not paying to get in the actual building itself. I don't know whether these will be blocked off or you can only go so far, but we'll have a little look. We'll have a little look and see. So far it looks fine, but this is the gardens route. Can't fully read what that says. I think it's Latin. Jovus Epicopus. No, can't read it. If you know, let us know in the comments. I can't fully read that. I'll probably be online somewhere. Can I get through here? Can I have a little sneaky peeky without someone jumping out and going, oh, you need to pay? Because this is where the gardens are and you can wander around, but there is a door open. Am I allowed in here? I do not know. It might be you can only go around the exterior of the building. Obviously that follows round from, I'm guessing, the bowling green, with some nice benches to sit down on and see this beautiful view. Obviously there's buildings over there, but you do get to see this beautiful landscapes in the distance, the greenery of it all, and you get to see, I didn't think I'd actually see any of this, to be honest. Just go down these steps and show you more of the exterior of this building. Oh, look at that. Don't know if that picks it up on the GoPro, but you can see the light coming through from inside, and it's brightening up those stained glass windows that you can see there. I'm not entirely sure how much of this you can see on the camera, but it does look impressive, telling stories of Christ and those times. But it's just great just to see that light, whether it's actual a light bulb or it's a light coming from a skylight that's coming through and brightening that up. But it's a lovely little area, and nice little seating area from the old late 1100s maybe. You can sit out here and just, obviously you wouldn't have had any of that back in the day. It would have all been fields and just greenery. Would have been a beautiful view, don't you think? And as we just follow around here, for some reason I feel like I shouldn't be around here, but yeah, it's just nice little fountain area. I'll turn the camera around rather than see my face. A nice little garden area, little diamond shaped pond fountain with more beautiful stained glass windows there. But yeah, there's lots of areas where you can just go down by that fence area and have a little look over and see the gardens and the deer park, which is sort of over that area. A nice little walled area going round. And through here is the cafe, the courtyard and the toilets and the garden route. I still feel like I shouldn't be here. I've got a feeling that door back there should have been closed and I shouldn't be allowed in there, in here even. What are they going to do? They're only going to ask me to leave, aren't they? Here's the garden, so we get a sneak peek. This is what 14 quid cost you to walk around there. Obviously, ooh, there's someone there. There's someone there. I'm allowed in here? I don't know. There's some lovely garden in there. There's a guy just coming around. I don't know if he's going to tell me to leave or not. I'll wait until he's gone through the archway and then I can show you quickly what it looks like in there. Oh, he's gone. So these are the gardens. That's where I was in the last video, on that viewing tower up there. Stood on there so you could see all of this from the viewing tower. These beautiful gardens that are sort of been dug over, but you can see all the beautiful flowers on the exterior. And then, as I say, there's a cafe, courtyard in there. There is security and staff there, so I'll make myself scarce and we'll walk around here and see what else is around this area. But what I want to do is try and get back round, because I want to show you the walled garden. That's a free, you can actually get into the walled garden free. I think this is £18 to get in, I think. I can't remember. I'll put it on screen how much it is to get into here. And the Faith Museum and that garden you've just seen there, I think it's 18 quid. I think it's the Spanish gallery that's also in Bishop Auckland. I think that's £14, and I think the mining art gallery that's not far from that tower, I think that's £8 to get in. But I'm not entirely sure if this is free. I can see there's security walking around, and I'm just wandering around like, I don't know. I just keep feeling that someone's just going to go, you, out! But so far, so good. There's a little break in the wall here, so I don't know whether I can get through there and back out towards that walled garden, or I'm going to have to walk all the way back through here. Don't know. Nice little circular seating area there, if you fancy starting a cult. said cult. No, the door's closed, so you can't get in that area, and I don't think you can walk around there, so I'll have to head back this way, try and avoid the security. Like, have you ever played Metal Gear Solid where you've got to walk past security really quietly so they don't detect you? That's what I feel like now. I feel like that noise is going to go off and they're going to come and find me and throw me out. I'll head back round, go back round past the bowling green, and we'll go over and have a look at the walled garden and venture forth into the deer park. So rather than you having to watch me walk all the way around here, I'll just click my fingers and we'll be back at the walled garden. So see you in a minute. And if by magic I'm here at the historic walled gardens just adjacent to Auckland Palace, which is just behind me there. This 17th century garden is just stunning. So I'll turn the camera around and show you. There's a beautiful greenhouse, and then there's just the walled gardens themselves. So check this out. So you have to agree, those walled gardens are stunning and they're maintained beautifully. But yeah, that actually part of Bishop Auckland, the sort of attraction, is free of charge. Obviously the gardens and the castle palace and the Faith Museum, there is a charge to get in there. But I think I kind of, apart from the interior of the actual palace, I think I've shown you the gardens, and I'll give you a glimpse of the cafe. I had a little look in the cafe, that's now. So the cafe was empty, there was a couple of people leaving, so I went in there and took a picture, and then that leads into the actual garden itself. But it is just a beautiful area. Obviously you've got Newgate Street, which is obviously run down, and that's what people are moaning about. Obviously they want to see their town thriving, they want to see shops, markets and everything in there. But then you come to this area, the Market Square area, and obviously the tower and the lodge and the palace and the gardens and the walled gardens. It's just fantastic, it's beautiful. This is the positivity that you need to be talking about, rather than obviously the town always focusing on the negatives of that. But what I want to take you to now is just down these stairs here, through this gate, and this area that you see here is called the Deer Park, and it's a beautiful open space full of nature, and you can just take a lovely mindful stroll along. But there's actually something up here that I want to show you. If you've never been around here, you won't know it's there, so I want to show you exactly what it is, and I think it's fantastic, and I'm sure you will as well. So let's get down these stairs, get into Deer Park and explore, shall we? Let's go. Now as we go down these stairs, obviously you will say to yourself, well, this isn't wheelchair accessible with all of these gates with the fancy looking levers. But I believe when you go along here, this is all flat, and you can go along there in your wheelchair and through there. There is gradients in the paths, but you might be able to get around there. I've seen pushchairs go around there, so I know it's accessible. Obviously going this way isn't, it's not overly accessible for most people, let alone wheelchairs or prams. But if you do go from the archway here along this gravel path, follow it along, and there's another gate up there you can go through, and I believe it's all like this and level, so get yourself down there and enjoy all that. But I'm going to go this way. So I'm just going to go down these stairs, and this is the start of the Deer Park. We go different directions, obviously the one I've just shown you a moment ago and this one here, but it is signposted at the bottom of here. You've got the walled garden you can get through if you want to go and check that out, and then the Deer Park is along here. Nice little alcove there. Must have had like a seating area at one point. But yeah, we'll just follow this along, and there's a nice little open space that I'll stand by and have a little talk with you again. So yeah, I'll see you when I get to the next area. So I've arrived at this lovely little open space, as you can see for yourself. There's grass and trees and nature, but I'm alongside another river. There's two rivers in Bishop Auckland. You've got the River Wear and you've got this one right here, which is called the River Gauntless. Now the Gauntless translates to useless. Now this river is useless. And the reason why it was called useless is because it's slow running. It couldn't power sort of the mills and the likes, so it didn't serve any purpose whatsoever. So that's why it's named useless or gauntless. I'll show you. So as you can see, it's not very fast moving. Obviously, if you've got to power sort of mills and things like that, it doesn't flow very fast. So it doesn't do it. Yeah, as the name suggests, it's useless. But it's still a nice little area to come. I'm not entirely sure what used to be here. There's some steps here, so possibly at some point there might have been a bridge going over to the other side at one point. I can see there's sort of brickwork over there, so it could have been like the centre supports for a bridge, and then that just continues and snakes around and follows this pathway basically. But over here, I don't think you'll actually see it on the GoPro. And strangely enough, we came here, my wife and my son came here before, and on that very rock there, I don't think you can see it in the distance. If I zoom in, it'll just blur. But in the distance, there's like a black and white bird, which we called bobbins. I can't remember the actual name of it. My wife looked it up, so I put the name of the bird there. But it was on that exact rock that we saw it before, which is amazing. But you see all these different birds. We saw some light coloured bees, like sort of silvery coloured bees before. But yeah, that bird there, it's a shame I can't zoom in because it's got like a little dance. It does like a bouncing dance when it's on the rock. And we saw it there, and it was somewhere over there before, but it flew across here and landed on that exact same rock. That's fantastic. It's the simple things in life that I just think are fantastic. Just seeing, it probably won't be the same bird, but the same species of bird was there exactly in that spot when my wife and son came here before. So it's great to see. It's just a fantastic place. Now, as I turn the camera around, you'll see the pathway. This is for disabled and mobility people. There's some elderly ladies coming across here very carefully, but there is loose stones on here. It's a wide enough path, but there are loose stones going up, and this is the sort, it does go high gradients, and there are some flat areas, but as you can see, it goes down and then comes all the way back up again. So if you do have mobility issues, obviously you have to see if this is ideal for you or not. When it comes to wheelchairs, power chairs should be okay with it. I'm not too sure with this gradient, it might be a bit of a struggle, but manual chairs, if someone's pushing you, you should be okay. But they are quite high gradients. But yeah, the palace is over there, and then the other entrance or exit, what you would have called it, to come into here and to go to the palace is just over there, and it follows this large path all the way around near where the elderly ladies are there, follows it round here, and then obviously you can see this is the gradient. It sort of drops there, and this is the first gradient coming up, which might be your struggle. But then when you come around here, it then drops down again, and it just continues around. And I think it's flat-ish all the way around to a certain point. But yeah, the river itself just flows around here and continues down here, and you'll see, I think this is iron when the water's brown. I think that's what it is. In sort of certain waterways, is it the iron or the whatever it is in the stones? Educate me here. It gives off that brown sort of substance, and it's just in this one place. We walked all the way around here before, and when we came and I saw this, and it just seemed to be concentrated on one little spot, which is just here, which I'll show you now. So this is what I'm talking about, the iron ore, I think it is, and it just seems to be concentrated in that spot and a little bit across there, but that's mainly where it is. But there's no other places up and down the river that looks like that. So there must be just iron ore just in that specific place and nowhere else. But this pathway, as you can see, just leads along this river, the River Gauntless, and as you follow it round, it leads to this cool structure, shall I say, that we saw last time, and I thought next time I come here I've got to film it, I've got to show you lovely people, and hopefully you'll think it's cool as well. But as you can see, as I turn the camera around now, it sort of flattens out a little bit, the walkway, but it's still a wide walkway and a fenced area. There are little gradients. I can see a gradient up ahead, so it's really up to you whether you can manage it. Obviously you can get so far, you can still enjoy this area if you wanted to just come this far, park up somewhere on here and just take all of this beautiful thing in while you're having a little picnic or just a moment to yourself. There's nothing stopping you just coming this far. If you can't manage gradients, it kind of goes up and down a little bit further on, and where I'm going it goes up a massive hill, which you probably won't manage. But all of this is okay, I would say, for a power chair. And then yeah, you could just maybe sort of stay there and just watch the river flow by, watch nature going by, just appreciate life. Right, I'm going to head on and get to this lovely little place to show you. So I just sat for 5 minutes over by the river Gornless there, watching the ducks gracefully glide through the water, and I thought to myself, I should be recording this. As soon as my finger went to push the record button, they flew off. They knew, didn't they? They knew. Typical. Anyway, the building is right in front of me. It's a 17th century building, and I want to show you this because I think it's fantastic. So I'll give you a quick sneak peek now. Between the trees up there upon the hill itself is the building. If you're from around here, you'll know exactly what it is. But if you don't know what it is, I'll take you up there and I'll tell you more about it when we get there. Let's go. Right. So what you can see here is Auckland Castle Deer House. In 1767, this deer house was built by Trevor, Bishop of Durham. It was made to provide shelter for deer in the Bishop's Park. A square walled enclosure is surrounded by a higher arcaded outer wall. The passageway between the inner and outer walls was originally roofed to give shelter for the deer. On one side of the shelter, the tower had a first floor room where people could picnic and watch the deer. The style of building, with its battlements, principals and arches, is an interesting example of 18th century Gothic. So that was Deer Park, and I'm inside the deer house, and you've got to say Auckland Palace Deer House is a fantastic looking structure back in the sort of late 1700s, just to contain deer and have a little picnic in a tower. Fantastic. But yeah, it's a beautiful area to come. Bring your kids, bring your family, bring the dog, and just enjoy this beautiful place. There's different walks you can do, different gradients, different lengths. I'll put a link in the description to let you know exactly where they are and where to find them. But yeah, this is a great place just to disconnect and just be with nature. Sounds a bit hippie-ish, but yeah, be with nature and just have a lovely walk. You don't see that many people, to be honest. It is a beautiful time to come now. It's a change in the leaves, it's autumn, so you get to see all that beautiful colour here, and you get a bit of peace and quiet away from all of the noise of business and life, and just get to see all of this. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit that like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe, because it helps me massively, pushes videos out there, as I always say, and gets more people watching them. If you've been here to Deer Park or Bishop Auckland, let us know in the comments. Let us know if you've been to any of the attractions or what you think of them. What do you think of Bishop Auckland? Be honest. And what do you think of this beautiful Deer Park? I think it's fantastic. And in the distance, you can see Kinrin, which is not too far away. So if you've been there, I have. It was a fantastic show. They did one recently, I believe, for Locomotion #1, but it's a great place to go and see a show in the open air. It's fantastic. Anyway, hope you're all well. Take care of yourself. Nearly banged my head on a tree, and I will see you all in the next one. So take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.